breakfast, I'm having toast with almond butter and strawberries. This is honestly one of my favorite breakfasts. It tastes like an elevated PB&J. So I finished my master's last week and oh man, that last month was so intense. By the last week, I was feeling like this. And the couple days after I finished my last assignment, I potatoed so hard. I was so exhausted. I could barely bring myself to do anything. But after potatoing for a couple of days, I do feel a little bit better now. And I'm feeling a little bit more like this. But I wanted to dedicate today to do all of my favorite self-care activities to really replenish my soul and do some things that are good for my body and my mind. And hopefully by the end of it, I'll feel like this. So I'm starting off today with a morning routine that I started a couple of years ago. And I admit I have not been consistent with it this entire time, but the times that I have been consistent with it, I felt on top of the world and like I could do anything. And I like to call this routine RYM, run, yoga, meditate. And this trifecta has never failed to make me feel like a freaking boss. So I'm just gonna finish up my breakfast and let's go for that run. By the way, I highly recommend getting these stick-on hooks for your masks. It just makes life so much easier. All right, run complete. Let's do some yoga. Okay, so I'm looking through the Insight Timer app, which is a meditation app to do part 3 of our morning routine. I found one that's called Accepting Change, and I feel like that's pretty suitable to the moment. So let's do this one. It's a 9-minute meditation.
What you once knew changes shape and flies away. You watch as your world morphs in front of your eyes.
It's one of my favorite feelings after having finished a run, done yoga, meditated, and showered. Not many things beat that feeling. I wanted to have a little chat with you all about productivity and hustle culture. So I remember a while back, I watched a video by Ali Abdaal about his toxic relationship with productivity. And before I even clicked on that video, like just seeing the title made me realize like, oh my God, I have a toxic relationship with productivity. So 2 months ago, back in February, I went back to my parents for a weekend and I challenged myself that weekend to not do any work for just one day. And I'm even embarrassed to say that I even had to challenge myself to do that. Like it should just happen, but it was hard, y'all. Like I noticed I kept having these urges throughout the day to just open my laptop and do something, and that's when I realized I have a problem. Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and I'm a workaholic.
Hi Audrey.
I think for a lot of the students out there, you'll be able to relate to this feeling of like there's always something more that you can do, like you're never really fully finished. And that feeling really got to me in the last few months of finishing up my master's, and I'd be like doing readings lying down in bed at like 11:30 p.m. and it was just not a cute time. And this isn't just the case for students. This is very much the case for people who work for themselves too. And even for people who work for employers. For a lot of them, their work has moved home over the past year, and there's way less separation between work time and leisure slash free time. So it can just be really easy to just keep working. So now that I'm done school, I'm kind of realizing that this feeling of never being done could last your entire life if you don't find ways to manage it. And now that I've gained this awareness that I'm addicted to being busy, I gotta find some strategies to manage that. Like, I don't want to have to feel like this forever. Like, life's too short to live to check off a to-do list. So right now, I am in the process of healing my toxic relationship with productivity. I don't exactly know what that looks like, but I figure that self-care and doing activities to really clear your mind, like journaling and meditating, have a big part in that. So, and also I can just feel my body is just craving to have its energy stores replenished after the couple of months that I just had. So I have decided that for the next few days, I am completely dedicating myself to really listening to my body, what it needs, and honoring those needs. And hopefully that'll help me to get back on track. To be continued. All right, so the next activity is to do some reading. This is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I got this book a few weeks ago and I haven't been able to read it yet because I've just had so many readings to do for school that I could not justify reading for fun, but I am so excited to get around to it now. Matt Haig has been one of my favorite authors since I was like 16 or 17 when I first read his book, The Humans, which I actually featured in my video on my favorite books, which I will link if you are interested in seeing that. But in this book, the main character discovers a library of books describing all the different directions her life could have gone down if she made different decisions throughout her life. And because there are infinite ways that our life could have gone, this is an infinite library. And I feel like this book is very fitting to me now since I just finished school, so I'm very excited to dig into it. So the other day I got this surprise delivery of chocolate covered fruits from two of my amazing friends to congratulate me on finishing my master's. I've already eaten a lot of them, but there were bananas in here, strawberries, apples. Let's have a banana. Getting this surprise is honestly the most celebratory thing that's happened for me finishing my master's. Like, I did the entire thing online. It was only 8 months long, and I had only met one of my classmates in person because we had the same placement internship thingy, but everyone else I'd only been talking to online. So because it was so short and so intense, sometimes it doesn't even feel real. Like, I'm kind of just like, did that really just happen? Like, on the last day of class, it was such an anticlimactic ending because I just closed my laptop and was like, well, I guess that's that. Yeah, no celebrations with classmates or celebratory dinners out with the fam. Oh my god, this is so good, but it's so sweet. One sec. Does anyone else cough when they eat sweet things? But yeah, getting the surprise from my friends kind of helped me to solidify a little bit that, like, I'm done. I just did that. I have 3 more letters after my name. So to my fellow class of 2021, congrats, we survived. And to everyone else going through online school right now, I feel you. It's not always awesome, but you freaking got this. And you're still gonna get that degree at the end of the day. And by the end of it, you can say that you survived Zoom University, which is a huge accomplishment. So I've been back for a couple hours now from my little sushi date and walk with one of my best friends. It was so nice to sit outside and enjoy some food and the weather. It's been a long time, guys. Winter in Canada is very long, so it just felt so good to feel the sun on my skin again. And I'm about to have a little virtual wine night with some friends from university. Look at me being so social today.
Wow. How does it feel to be an MSW?
I feel no different as an individual, but I feel different in that I don't have to be in school and like do assignments in class anymore. Oh my goodness. Like ever. I'm never doing that again. So I am very proud to say that I have journaled reflecting back on the day every single night this year. No matter what happened during the day, I will not skip this step. And it has made such a world of a difference to help me to just gain some more clarity, help me to process my thoughts and feelings and what I've been going through. And also because I already have a very terrible memory, but my memory has gotten especially bad over the past year since every single day feels the same. So being able to journal and reflect on what happened during that day has helped me to have some sort of separation and to help me to solidify my memories from that day. And I think it'd be really cool to be able to look back on this log a few years down the line and think like, wow, I went through that. So lately I have been doing my reflection in my Notion. I have like a little journaling section I set up for myself. But sometimes I do write in my physical journal. I do have one. This is my physical journal. I use it for when I want to do some intense journaling, for when I'm feeling especially emotional or something that day. But most of the time I do just do it on my computer because I do find it is just easier for me. And I find it helps me to just get into the habit of doing it every day. Although I do enjoy journaling and like writing it out by hand. But just for the sake of getting my memories and my thoughts down daily, I find just doing it on my computer is easier that way. So for today, what has been on my mind a lot has been how to find this balance between being productive and resting. And obviously being productive and having goals is good and healthy, and it's really good to take action towards these goals that you set for yourself. But it can get to a point where it can just start to be unhealthy and you might start to feel guilty if you're not doing something to work towards those goals or for just resting. And I don't want to be like that. So I think my reflection for today is going to center around this theme of giving myself permission to rest. And I actually think I did a pretty good job of that today. I am feeling a lot better. My soul feels rejuvenated, restored, especially after talking to my friends. So I'm just going to type this out and process my day and then head to bed. Thank you so much for coming along on this self-care day with me. I hope that you are all staying safe out there and giving yourself permission to rest when you need it. And I will see you next time. Bye.